Hello, fellow future doctorates. Today, I thought I would talk a little bit about my process in regard to what I've been annotating as I was using the NVivo system in order to put together my results section of the Chapter 4. This is an insane section that I have only just drafted. And so I want to share that certainly this is only the first draft, and I'm going to be reworking this thing over and over again. It's currently about 40 pages. It's reflective of the 5 interviews that I conducted, in-depth interviews. Each interview was about an hour long. And so in my writing, I, of course, incorporated excerpts from my interviewees' thoughts, as well as my own interpretations of, the ideas that they were presenting. And it was a very fun process for me because, again, I love doing qualitative research, and so I really enjoyed it. So let's talk about how that all came together. So I started off by reviewing the transcripts individually for my within case analysis. And as I went through each one of the participants, I was annotating my observations and thoughts on each one of their responses to each question. I was kind of summarizing and also at the same time adding my thoughts and observations. So summarizing what they responded and then adding my interpretation of what their response was. So I did that for each individual person. Once I completed that part of the process for all 5 of the interviewees, then I started to look at it across of the cases. So the cross case analysis. How I chose to approach the cross case analysis was by theme. So I didn't go question by question looking at each individual participant. You can choose to do this in any different way. There's apparently no wrong way to do this. And so for myself, because I had from within case analysis identified some common themes, 5 of them, for the participants across the board, I chose to then do my cross case analysis, looking for details that were tying to those themes across all 5. And so when I was doing that within the NVivo system, once again, I was annotating, I was linking, within the system, I was linking my observations to specific areas of text for the responses. And so it was a process that took me about a day and a half in between there to get through all 5 and all totality of the interviews. And then I spent the last 3 days straight writing. So I took time off from work. This is important for you to know. I work a full-time plus job. I'm an executive director of a community action agency now. And I'm responsible for over 200 employees and thousands of customers daily. And so, there's a lot of work to do in my workplace. And so I took some days off in order to focus entirely on my dissertation research and my dissertation writing. So the last 3 days I spent immersed in my data and writing for my section on results, which is only one section of the Chapter 4, but this one section is about 40 pages. I'm certain that it's too long, but my approach is going to be to provide it to once it's completely finished and polished up and in sequence with the checklist requirements, I'm going to turn it over to my chair and my committee member for some much needed feedback. Something else I did was I enrolled for the upcoming dissertation intensive, which is happening at the end of March. I believe that by that point, I should already have a working Chapter 4 and a working Chapter 5 draft that I could continue building upon for my final submission Again, because my final submission and my target for it is for April of this year. So I hope you might have heard something helpful here. Now, my little diva Cocoa Puff is wanting some attention. So, this is it for today. I greatly appreciate your time. God bless you all, and may your studies continue to be productive.